Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for those of you who always take the time to send in your support, feedback, and comments and let me know how the readings resonate for you, and for all of your likes and shares and subscribes. And also a big thank you always to all of my clients out there, both regular and new, for keeping me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. Always an honor and a pleasure to read for all of you, really. So thank you for that. And if any of you out there are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information and my contact details by either looking at the description bar of all the videos I post or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you and set up a personal reading with you, live or recorded, as quickly as possible. Turnaround time for personal readings is usually pretty fast because that is what I do. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week, so I can almost always fit you in within a 2-week period of time, sometimes within a few days, but almost always within a couple of weeks. And as a lot of you know, I do a wide variety of readings: love and romance, of course, compatibility charting, reconciliation, possibilities, career, work, and finance spreads, as well as channeled messages from loved ones passed on, and 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far out you want to look. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. For fast answers to quick, simple questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that links also with my contact details. So let's get right into this. This reading is for the water sign of Cancer, our lovely little crabs, for the remainder of April 2018. So we're looking at the last couple of weeks of April. For Cancerians, I am recording these between the 11th and the 13th. If you know your rising and your moon sign, watch those videos as well. Sometimes they play out a little more predictably for you and can just give additional insight and clarification, because these are personal readings, which can be kind of tricky. How they resonate and to what degree, because there's so many of you watching, is always going to vary. The details and specifics, of course, but the energy and advice always remains the same. Okay, Cancer, let's see what's in store for you for the remainder of April 2018. We have the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Empress. Wow, powerful new beginnings towards the end of the month. And your overall energy and guidance focus for the remainder of April is Temperance. You have two lovely major arcana cards, Temperance and the Empress, which has some similar aspects in their energy. I like this reading, Cancer. It looks like you're moving on from something that perhaps you've been stuck in for a bit, but now is the time to move on, or there's definitely the opportunity to move on from something, a negativity or pain or grief that you've been focusing on. Looks like there's an opportunity to move on, and maybe a tangible offer that helps that. Because we find ourselves around the middle to the 3rd week of the month or so, time always being fluid, with the Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups in reverse. I kind of like to see this in reverse. Pentacles is earth energy. You have 2 Pentacles and 1 Cup card, 2 major arcanas. So Pentacles is earth energy. That's the element which governs this suit. And in the tarot, this is earthy, practical, tangible energy, and it usually points to things in our day-to-day practical life, or results that we put into other areas of our life, tangible results. It can often manifest in things like money, finances, resources, assets, property, job, you know, tangible things that we can see and touch and feel in our day-to-day practical life. Knights often represent offers or opportunities being brought to us or extending outwards, because they are the deliverers of the tarot. Knights are known to be spontaneous and impulsive and charge off to achieve their mission and quest and bring those results back. So they often represent offers and opportunities, and they can also represent the speed at which situations move. The Knight of Pentacles, I mean, all of the Knights are fast moving because they're Knights, and they're known for that. But of all 4 of the Knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest, but the steadiest and most reliable, because he's governed by the element of earth, which is very rooted and practical and may be slower, but he'll get there step by step, finish the job, and do it well. So it could represent a situation maybe that's moving a little slower than you would like, but it's sincere, it's getting it done, it's a tangible, and for offers and opportunities, this is a tangible, practical offer or opportunity. It's right next to the Ace of Pentacles too, even though it's crowning the Five of Cups in reverse. That's tangible new beginnings as well, and that can be tangible new beginnings, moving, relocating, starting a new job, receiving perhaps an unexpected sum of money in order to have the resources to start a practical new path. So offers and opportunities coming in. Now the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Cups in reverse. I like to see this in reverse. So what's this offer, opportunity, or situation about? Well, the clarifying card is this, Five of Cups in reverse. Cups is emotional energy. It's water energy. That's the element which governs the suit. And in the tarot, it usually manifests in the area of our life that's about our emotional landscape. Emotions, feelings, and also relationships. So in the upright, it represents sometimes being stuck in grief, in loss, and not really seeing the beauty and the things that we still have to be grateful for us in our environment, and potentially passing up any beautiful opportunities because we're only focused on on these three goblets, which represent loss, grief, maybe something we've lost or has been taken away from us either by external things or perhaps, unwise decisions, when in reality behind him are these two beautiful golden goblets upright and full, which could represent things to still be grateful for, beautiful blessings currently in our life, or opportunities which may come along that might be missed because the focus is solely on the negativity. And this card can be a card of being stuck in the past or stuck in some kind of grief and loss and not really paying attention to anything else behind us. So in the reverse, this card, I'm getting a moving on feeling. It looks like you're moving on from something. I feel something, it could be grief or loss or a very just difficult, challenging, maybe painful situation. And what the nature of that situation is going to vary in a general reading. It could be the loss of a relationship or, of some kind, or really a really difficult or challenging, painful time within a relationship. It could be, losing a job or a home, or, something that represents a sense of loss and grief about that. Whatever the specifics and details are, the energy is the same. There's been in the past this kind of focusing only on that, kind of chewing on that over and over again, but it looks like even though perhaps it has been moving rather slowly for some of you, it is time. You are moving on. It is time to kind of stand up and brush yourself off and move on, and realize that there are still things in your life and coming along that are beautiful blessings as well. And this could represent a very tangible offer and opportunity. For example, if this, the Knight of Pentacles can sometimes be a job offer or just an offer of support in a practical kind of tangible resources kind of way. So at or towards the end of April 2018, we have beautiful, lovely combination. We have Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Lovely earthy energy with both of these, because the Empress is the traditional earth mother of the tarot, and she's all about fertility. For some of you, it might be literal fertility, like conceiving. And she sometimes represents mothers or mother figures, so perhaps it could be a loss of that kind that you might be healing from. My condolences to you on either side of that story. But she's about fertility, new beginnings, the time being right to plant seeds to sow a new beginning, because that's what fertility means. It means the time is right to plant seeds. It takes a while sometimes to see the effects of those. Seeds need to be planted and then tended so that they can grow to their full manifestation. When the Empress shows up, it's a sign that the time is right to plant those seeds. It's usually a green light for beginning new things, new projects, new jobs, moves, new relationships, or something beginning a new path in an already existing situation or relationship. Lovely maternal, nurturing, fertility energy. The time is right. Now what's crowning her is the Ace of Pentacles. She's clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, which is also a card of new beginnings. Aces represent the number one, so they represent the start of a new path, the beginning of something new, a new beginning. And aces in a spread in the upright position, or I always kind of think of them as a little like fairy dust. They're a little extra blessing, you know, in the reading and energetically. So this is a tangible new beginning, or the opportunity for a tangible new beginning, meaning a new beginning that has an effect in a practical way that you can see and touch and feel in your day-to-day life. So often this card comes up for moving, relocating, starting a new job, or a combination of all of those, or sometimes receiving a sum of money, maybe unexpectedly, that gives you what you need in order to start to begin something new in a practical, tangible way. So either way you look at it, it's beautiful. So it looks like, you know, you're getting over and getting through whatever it was that was holding you back, or that you were just kind of stuck in, or that you've been in for some time, regardless of the nature of it. And at or towards the end of April 2018, Cancer, tangible new beginnings, which will manifest differently for those of you out there, but they will make a practical difference in your life that you can see and touch and feel, especially as time plays out, because this is at the beginning and the time is right for this. So for those of you who have started that, kudos for you. And for those of you who are considering it, it looks like the time is right. Divine timing orchestration is at play here. And maintain kind of a medium sort of level of energy. This is not, the next couple of weeks are not the time to be, you know, try to stay emotionally balanced and grounded. You're moving on. It feels like kind of the last part of something into, you know, it feels like kind of it's been a long healing process or something for you. But now's the time where you're kind of stepping out, realizing the sun is still shining and it's time to move on, and being emotionally kind of grounded in that, because that's your overall guidance and energy for the next couple of weeks, with your crowning card being Temperance. This is about being in the middle, staying balanced, knowing exactly who you are, where you are, staying rooted in what you know to be true, particularly in an emotional way, and not allowing, and when you have that on an internal level, external things don't sway you too much. That's what temperance means. In the culinary world, to temper something means to take opposite extremes and blend them so that they go together harmoniously by doing it a little bit at a time. You know, nothing extreme here. Temperance is kind of like, in an emotional and mental way, it's like being in the middle of a seesaw or a teeter-totter. When you're on the outside end, you're at the mercy of external elements, people, the weather, whatever. And you can be, you know, bounced around if you're not, you know, grounded or rooted or anchored in something. But being in the middle of that teeter-totter, that seesaw, is temperance, mental and emotional temperance. So whatever happens on the outside end, you may wobble a bit, but you rarely fall down because you're grounded, you're centered, particularly in a mental and emotional way. And you are that because you know where you're going, you know where you've come from, you know where you're going, and regardless of who thinks, who says, whatever, you know that. And so you're able to kind of move through and stay emotionally balanced and tempered. So that's your overall energy and guidance for the next couple of weeks. It's a lovely reading, and it kind of has this, I want to breathe a sigh of relief, because it kind of has this feeling of, okay, it's been difficult, it's been challenging, but you know what? We're getting through, we're moving on, step by step, bit by bit. So lovely, bright reading on this lovely, bright spring day. Probably going to rain tomorrow, but today it's lovely and sunny, as spring sometimes tends to be. So Cancer, that pretty much sums up your April 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope that you found it helpful or useful or validating in what's going on in your life. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information at my contact details by looking at the description bar of all the videos I post, or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on that little About button. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. And for quick answers to those quick, simple questions, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also with my contact details. So Cancer, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the May 2018 general readings. We're almost looking at the middle of the year here already. And until then, as always, Cancer, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and a successful remainder of April for you. And I look forward to seeing you again here soon. So take care. Bye-bye.